Welcome back to Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Binkaby and this is game 2 with Zombie Pod in Modern. So the last match took somewhere around 55 minutes or something, or rather 50 minutes for the players to finish, so I was kinda bored, but whatever. This hand is borderline, but we will keep. Against some decks it's too slow. Against some decks those are not good enough. But we will see. Stevens could mean a lot of things. I'm gonna start with the Gravecrawler. Then we will double Thoughtseize on turn 2. If we feel that we need it. I would like a land or 2 or 3. If we just draw lands, I think we can win. Oh, we did not. Let's play a Thoughtseize. If he has a bolt, he has a bolt. Wow, rug. Ruggy. Right. Turn, mountain, snare, shackles, Huntmaster, and forked bolt. So next turn he still has no place. I'm just gonna take the shackles. It's by far the most scariest card in his hand. That is a card that could actually beat us at some point. And I'm not gonna Thoughtseize again, because he didn't have anything I cared about this turn. Phyrexian Arena would have been sweet if we could play it. Now I'm going to Thoughtseize again. Take the Huntmaster if nothing else. So just drawn a Misty. Yep, I'm gonna take your action spell. Pass the turn. This could have been so fantastic playing this turn. He plays the Huntmaster, we can untap, skin render it, and just crush him, but now that didn't happen. Serum Visions. Top, bottom. Alright, so one good card. Mountain, not the Midrange Forest. I think he has figured out that I don't have more zombies. Yep. And that could be spell snared. Can we play around that? I'm just gonna cast it. So a spell snare, Midrange Forest, and one mystery card. If we could only draw a land. So yeah, let's that resolve. Probably has a Goy for something. Sacks the Mist, you could have a Treasure Cruise. No, another Serum Visions. So he still has Spell Snare in hand. Yeah, one more land and this game would have been so over. I guess we attack first. Because this is a creature you do not want to spell snare. But you might have to now. Remand. See. Well, I assume something big and scary will come out anytime Huntmaster is call disqualified. Well, we're not dead yet. Do we trade Gatekeeper? I don't think so. So he still has Spell Snare and 2 cards. And we still need our 3rd land. And I would say that we have to draw it next turn, depending on what he plays. If he animates and attacks, yeah, alright. Yeah, then we probably have to draw land next turn. We did, but I'm pretty sure it's too late anyway. So next time we can play Phyrexian Obliterator if we draw land, obviously. But if he animates and attacks, his counter shields will be down. And her Obliterator is actually big enough to tangle with the Ravine. But he is concerned, and he should be. Yeah, he's just going to attack, and I think that's correct too. He hits me down to 6, I go down to 5 in my upkeep. And he has a Spell Snare, and he knows that I have a 2-drop. So I think it's correct to do that. Land? No land. Well, then we're dead unless he misses the Spell Snare here. Oh, really? Well, maybe he has a bolt. Alright. Bolting me? Alright, I'm dead. Not sure why I went through all that trouble, but alright. A bit unlucky there, but what can you do? We need all the decays, I think. I don't think Thoughtseize are that good. I want to bring in the ley lines. I think the Massacre Worm is bad too. Maybe we can cut down a Birthing Pod and bring in... Maybe Massacre Worm isn't that bad when I think about it. It can stay. We could bring in Drowning Sorrows. I just assume that it has Treasure Cruise, and I think it does, but Drowning Sorrow and yeah, sure, we can take a Doomblade. It's hard to know what he's playing. I know the colors and so, but it's hard to figure out exactly what's going on. It could be a Splinter Twin deck. It could be the Vile Cryptic Command. It could be just straight blue, red, green, mid-range. It could be a lot of things. But I do know that it has Shackles, so I do need my Abrupt case. Maybe 4 is a bit too much, but I think Shackles wrecks me too hard. So sideboarding a lot, it seems. Yeah, and I still think that if we would have drawn the 3rd land like 1 turn earlier, or a lot of turn earlier, obviously, but then we would have had a chance. This hand is so borderline. I'm gonna keep, but I don't think I will fetch, since I don't have I don't have a 1-drop or a 2-drop, so even if I draw something, I think it's correct to not crack this. One land and we're pretty set to combat. 2 lands, we're in a really good shape. Behold blessed perfection. He mulligans to 6, alright. And then he keeps. Let's see what you got. Tarngo. Messenger. Still a good card. But I would like another land. If we miss a land again, I will be pretty sad, actually. Alright. Gonna take some damage here, but that's fine. He could have mana leak, he could have remand. He could have a lot of things. Hopefully it doesn't have Shadow of Doubt, because then I would be really sad. Right, you had something at least. It is possible that he taps out for a Shackles next turn. No red mana. Alright. Mana leak, he's dead. But if he taps out for a Shackles, I can play Phyrex and Obliterator, and that should be pretty good. Well, he taps out for a Goyf. That is also fine. I don't mind a Goyf. So now I really hope that we draw a land. Nope, a Doomblade. Well, at least we get to resolve one of those. And we have an Abrupt Decay for the Goyf if we need it. So now he has Cryptic Command up. That feels not great. So I could try to jam an Obliterator here, but I'm not going to. I'd rather try to get some value out of my removals. I assume you will loot. And I will Doomblade. I guess... No, I guess I will not. No, I will Doomblade. It's never good to show any information if you can help it. Shackles? Sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. I'm gonna let him Shackles my guy. So I could Abrupt Decay the Shackles. What I'm afraid of is that he will permanently take it. But I'd rather resolve this bad boy. Then we can decay the Shackles next turn. He could also give back the Messenger now. Play an island and try to steal my Obliterator. Which also works fine for me. Did you find an island? Three blue. Are you going to loot? Loot to find the island you discarded earlier. Pretty nice. Yeah, so we have a firm grip on this game now. I don't think he has a good way to deal with Obliterator. Raging Ravine. Well, now, sir, you're going to take a lot of damage. I'm gonna jab another obliterator just to be clear that I won this game. Yeah, if he finds another island he could take one and try to block and stuff, but we know that that won't work. Kinda like my setup here. I'm gonna keep it. So we missed one more land drop, but that's fine. When it's only for a turn, you could usually recover from it. When you miss it for 5 or 6 turns, things get a little bit more awkward. But I do like the Temur decks in Modern. But sometimes they're trying too hard. Like you need all those islands, but since you're having stuff like Goyf, you need green early. So you need to take a lot of damage from your lands. And then you might need green for your Goyf and red for a bolt, and you only have one fetch land. And yeah, it could be really awkward. But the deck is pretty good. If he can drop a shackles without me having an answer, I just lose. Straight up lose. Alright, here for the last game. We will see if we can defeat Powerman 5000. Kinda like this hand, it's a little bit slow, but it has an answer to shackles. It has a good threat, too good actually, and 3 lands, which is pretty necessary for the deck. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good hand actually. Scalding Tarn, crack. Do you have a Serum Visions? Yep. I could see this deck having Delvers in it too, but that's pretty greedy. Right, let's just play this tapped and pass. Top, bottom. So he drew something he wanted here. So I could see him having like 2 more lands in hand. One that comes into play untapped to have a counterspell up, and one of like a Raging Ravine or something. Just gonna play this. If he has Remand, that's not good. If he has Mana Leak, I don't care. Obviously he has Remand because that's the worst. But that's life. So now if he just passes, I think I'll run out the Bloodghast again. If he plays like a Shackles, I'll slam a Messenger. If he does something else random, yeah, we will see. Alright, so he does lack lands, most likely. What did he keep on top then? Did he keep the Desolate Lighthouse on top? Probably. So then he was pondering whether he should play the Serum Visions or keep the Remand up. And I think it's correct to keep Remand up. Now it could be like a mountain he's scrying. He's kinda have to decide if it helps him or not, and usually they don't. But it could be. It's also kinda fun that we have played 3.5 minutes and he has played 12. So we're almost 4 times as fast as he is. Good to know. Bottom, and where does the last card go? Top. Breeding pool, untapped, alright. Well, I'm gonna play Bloodghast again. Right. Sure, I'm gonna play Catacombs. So he does have a mana leak. That much is clear. But he didn't want to mana leak the Bloodghast because that's just very poor value. So now he could have a Cryptic. We will just bash. The Bloodghast are soon activated, and that's nice. I wonder if we can play this messenger. I think I'll play a messenger, even though we could have a Cryptic command. Because otherwise he will get to start looting, and I don't like that. If he has the mana leak, that's fine too. I still have 3 more action spells in my hand, so kinda wanna press the advantage here. So a Cryptic it is. That's unfortunate. But there was not much we could do about that. Counterflux. Well, that was nice. Nothing we could do about that either. Breeding pool tapped, I assume. Yeah. Right now we have more lands than I would like. Do we play Grey Merchant or Messenger? I think I'm gonna play a Messenger because next turn we can play no, we're gonna play Grey Merchant because next turn we can play a Messenger with mana leak protection. Since he counterfluxed last turn, he did not have a Cryptic command, but now he had a mana leak. Did he draw that, or did he try to make 2 plays this turn? Is it charm? No, dig through time. Well, there goes all of that careful planning is just thrown out the window. That's fun. Yep, hopefully it plays like a Shackles. And then we can decay it and Grey Merchant for 4. Dig through time. So what cards are you taking? So next turn, depending on what we draw, obviously we have some number of plays we can make. What if we draw a Birthing Pod? That would be so sweet to resolve. We can actually cast it, activate it, and decay a Shackles if that's what's happening. I really want him to cast a Shackles. Really, really, really want him to do that. That would mean a resolved Messenger and 2 damage. Sweet. Gravecrawler is not bad. So we will go to attacks. I'm allowed to attack. Very interesting. Well, I'm still gonna play the Messenger. Alright, the resolves. Then I'm gonna play a Gravecrawler. And then we'll pass the turn. No shackles at all? That is weird. Should at least take the messenger. Oh well. Now we can decay our own messenger to bash for 2. Do you have an anger? Ooh, that is not good. How do we play around that? We could kill off our own stuff. Crap, anger is really good here. Really, really good. So I can decay to shoot him down to 3, but that doesn't make any sense. I think I just have to let that happen. Right. Well, we're not dead yet. We can handle that shackles at least. Let's see, a swamp and abrupt decay. So I don't think this Grey Merchant will resolve. Gravecrawler. Alright, let's play a Gravecrawler. And a Grey Merchant. Does it resolve? It does. Now we're in pretty good shape again. But he could have another shackles and we would be in bad shape again. Could have a Hunt Master too. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I would still like to draw a Birthing Pod. But now any spell in our entire deck is live. And I would assume that he would have countered the Grey Merchant if he could. No Huntmaster. Yes, Huntmaster. Alright. Then I can only attack with my Gravecrawler. Skin Render. Yeah, I think I'll just attack with just Gravecrawler. Alright. Yeah, I think I play it. I could have played it pre-combat to attack with both, but the results would have been the same. But now, for example, if he had a lightning bolt, he might have killed this instead. So we'll see. Maybe I should have attacked with both anyway. Hit him down to 2. It resolves, right? If he has another anger, it's pretty bad. You have a bolt? Alright. So he did have the bolt. I was thinking about maybe attacking with both, and he will double block the Grey Merchant and I will hit for 2. But then he could have traded his Huntmaster token and bolt for my 2 guys. But if I play Skin Render first, that's not possible anymore. It's a lot of things that I could have done. I'd still like to draw a Birthing Pod. As long as I don't draw lands, I'm fine. 1, 2, 3, 8. Roughly 50-50. Snapcaster Anger. And then a Bolt. Snapcaster D through time. Okay. It's also legit. Did he play the land? No. So he can still Anger Bolt if he has Bolt, land, and Anger. It needs to be a red land. But I guess he will probably die then. I guess if he has another Snapcaster, yeah, another Snapcaster would be bad. He Snapcasters, bolts the Gravecrawler, and double blocks the Grey Merchant. So we both end up with nothing. He has to speed up though. 4.5 minutes left. What could we draw? Bloodghast, Messenger, Pod, Massacre Worm, Shriekmaw. Depends on what he hits, obviously. But he cannot take one misstep. But we also need to draw something. If we draw a land, I could easily see us lose this game. It's hard to win a game through 2 dig through times. Now we can have a cryptic. Right, we'll just go to attacks. I will bash with both. If he has Snapcaster or Bolt stuff, that's fine. Right, we'll play the Gravecrawler again. I think we just keep this in hand. It's a bit risky, but I think that's the best line. Still needs to come up with some answers. Barrow Skull is an answer. That is true. Guess I'll go for it now. Maybe I've gone for it last turn. Now if I get Cryptic, I'm pretty sad. Could have gone for the Arena too. That might have been better. So you did have Cryptic. Yeah. That is not good for me. But we're not dead yet. Although now I think this will be very hard to win. Now we can just loot for another shackles or something. And that will basically win him the game. Yep, gain a bunch of life. Drowning Sorrow is not really the card I was looking for. Let's try the Arena. Remand. Well, I will try it again then. And if you have a mana leak, you have a mana leak. Yep. Oh, Counterflux. Well, that was going to happen anyway. So I will soon be forced to chump the Germ token. This is a bit risky, but I'm going to attack with the Gravecrawler. Basically my plan is if he blocks, I can drown in sorrow. I'm going to cast this first just to see if something's up. Alright. Mana leak, remand, right. I'm gonna try it one more time then. No, I don't think so. Now the thing is, now he can kill the Grey Merchant, but I wanted to cast the Gravecrawler first in case he had something like a counterspell that he wanted to use. Drop the K, alright. We're still not dead and his time is running out. I think I have to take one more hit though. If he has like a Shackles. Kuranos. It's also a pretty good card. Birthing Pod. I can't really get anything. I can only get Massacre Worm. I'm gonna play it and see what happens. Right, fetching. Basic Forest, I see. Snapcast Mage and Cryptic Command. Seems legit. So I guess he will try to counter my Birthing Pod. Counter Bounce maybe? No, counter draw. Hopefully he doesn't draw a spell. Okay, that's at least something. Perfect, I'm gonna block that. Alright. Now we'll abrupt the K token. So I'm not dead. Goif is good. Now I need something off the top. Yep, now the game is over. Well, it was close. I do think we did what we could, but we drew a bit too many lands and yeah. Maybe I should have tried to... Oh, he missed again. Well, if he doesn't hit with Kuranos, maybe we have a chance. Why are you even passing? It's so cheap to slow roll like that. I don't like it at all. Congrats, man. You won. Well, I think the only thing I could have done differently was to play the Obliterator that turn. But I don't even remember if he had a lot of mana up or not. But it might have been correct to do that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll bring you some more games right